And so it was kind of a surprise to me to see some people from South Africa, 59 of them, being given the full media treatment for wanting to come to America as refugees. Now, admittedly, the Trump administration ended the refugee program earlier this year. Under President Biden, we were receiving 150,000 refugees a year. The normal inflow is around 75,000 under all previous presidents, including for President Trump in his first term. And so we see this huge pushback against 59 white people coming into America. But why? I have some ideas, but watch this clip.
And part of that is that the people who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans, and so who are not originally from Africa, who colonized South Africa also. And so that is what they are saying is discrimination. Now, if the Constitution in South Africa is discriminatory, they have their checks and balances in that land just like we do, and that is for them to. So if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They are. They're leaving to come here.
No, they can
These
leave
refugees
and go,
are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Are you against them coming here?
Holland, probably. Holland.
So why don't we apply the Palestinian standard to this? Instead of calling them white South Africans, let's pretend they're in Palestine, which isn't actually a country, it's actually Gaza. But where would those original Palestinians go to? Well, they'd go back to the other Arab nations that surround Israel. Most of the people that comprise the 1.9 million so-called Palestinians are actually cast-offs from the surrounding nations, people who were forced out into Gaza when that was given over to the Israelis. The population exploded there, and it wasn't due to birth patterns. This was literally these other nations saying, look, we got a place to put people we don't want to keep here. But I want to go a little further with this because, just a mom on radio and television. And I was thinking about this morning. And as I was brushing my teeth, I thought, why don't we give the Afrikaners the same treatment that President Biden gave to pretty much all nations during his term? Why doesn't President Trump open up the southern border and offer free entry with free cards? He could call it the CBP White South African app. He could call it the CBP Afrikaner app. He could open it up and let all 4.5 million Afrikaners, which is the formal name of white South Africans who are of European descent, allow them all to come in through the southern border, and then they would be given free money in different states. They'd be resettled. Our major airlines would fly them across the country. They could get those packets and everything. Most of them speak English as a second language. They have some common ancestry with others who are here in this country as immigrants. And then they could come in and maybe the Democrats wouldn't mind. Now, why would I suggest that? Well, right now we have a big fight over immigration. We have a big fight over the ideologies surrounding what we can and can't do with people from other countries. We're supposed to open our floodgates, eliminate the borders. The Democrats have flirted with this, and they've actually had huge segments of their constituencies agree that borders are racist. So why wouldn't that same thing apply to these people? Instead of bringing in 59, we could begin to bring in 13 to 15,000 of them every single day. Going through the southern border is just me being a little catty about it, but we could just fly them directly from South Africa to a nation where they could make an exchange like you would on any long flight and then bring them into the United States. Why am I suggesting this? Because the Democrats claim that our country is open to everyone, that no one should be denied access. If they need asylum, which these people do, they're currently in a dispute. The lady on the television on CNN just there, she literally said, if they don't like what's going on in their country, they can leave. If they don't like the South African Constitution, they can leave. And when Democrats say someone can leave a place, they always mean they can leave that place and come to America. They never say no to immigrants. So I don't know why we're making a big deal about 59 people coming when President Biden had almost 20 million people. We don't even know the numbers. We don't really have an accurate picture of how many people came in. But up to 20 million people entered during his 4 years in office. And we're talking about 4.5 million here. So I say welcome the Afrikaners in, allow them to learn English, place them in our communities, and let's welcome them as we have everyone else, because that's what Democrats say we're supposed to do.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.